Welcome to Random Readings, Subscriber Edition. Thank you for your patience. I'm human and I'm doing the life thing, but I'm back now, or for now. Let's just get into it. Let's start with a poem or a piece. I feel like this could be a song. Anyways, it's by Milo. Fate lied. You told me I could always count on you, but the time didn't like our idea. It paused for you and I kept moving on and on, all alone. I'm trying to fill the void you left, but I can't avoid this emptiness and numbness of present. All I see is you. All I hear is your voice, all I feel is your touch, and I swear it's all too much. Can't help myself to get out of the love strings you tied, but now all of the love has dried 'cause you've died. Yes, I know, the fate always lied. We tried and tried, but never knew it was the fate who lied. You told me I could always count on you, can put my head on your shoulders with my eyes so wet, that were full of sorrows because they couldn't take the lies anymore. And the time was our spy who stole it all from us. You told me I could always count on you, but the time didn't like our idea. It paused for you and I kept moving on, all alone. I'm trying to fill the void you left, but I can't avoid this emptiness and numbness of present. All I see is you. All I hear is your voice, all I feel is your touch, and I swear it's all too much. My mate, why didn't you get it? Fate tossed another bait. Showed us the brightest stars, but took us to the dullest charcoal. It was the fate who lied. Thank you. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's either Milo, or maybe somehow I've completely messed it up, but you know who you are. And this person is 14 years old, which is impressive. This was a beautiful piece. Thank you again. Now, up next, Confronting My Own Demon. This one, there's 2 parts, so we'll read part 1 and part 2 from Tommy. Hey Tommy, long time no chat. Here we are. March 31st, 2021. It's the middle of the night. 2 days ago marked the 1-year anniversary since my grandmother passed away from cancer. If only she saw the progress and changes made here and now. 1 year ago, I started to turn my mindset around. After so long living in such cynicism about people around me. I've been living this way for 10 years, ever since returning home from war. War is known to change anyone. You see what others don't see, you feel what others don't feel, and you think what others don't think. It creates such a barrier, doesn't it? When I came home, I at first envisioned I was still overseas, thinking how much easier it would be that I was back there instead of being home, feeling like I don't belong here. Feeling this way, I ended up creating my own monster, my own demon. I felt like Victor Frankenstein himself. However, it came at such a price, relationships with others. Deep down, this couldn't be right. The numbers dwindled within a few, and a new war started in the confines of my own mind. 2020 became the year that a new hope would emerge. However, isolation took a toll. A death of a loved one occurred, much anger everywhere. It made me wonder, how am I contributing to it? Simple. I had that anger in me all along, and would lash out having no filter, just relentless. When do we come to the point where we stop giving in to the mind-numbing bullshit? When do we learn to not lash out at first sign of a slight inconvenience? How can we show up better? It starts with ourselves. Humanity needs to hold one another accountable. You know what makes a tried and true person that you can safely call a friend or someone you love and care for? When they hold you accountable for mistakes you've made. Nobody wants to hear it, but we need to become more than what we are presently. So, I know this girl. I'll leave the name out for my reasons. She helps men who are struggling in dating, just as I have been struggling. Well, I won't deny how much admiration I have for her. We've been emailing back and forth for over a year now, and in the beginning, I was quite forward about my PTSD diagnosis, and it turns out she struggled with her demons too. No, this isn't trauma bonding, nor would I ever recommend anyone to do that. For the last few months, I've been leaving a trail of breadcrumbs for her to pick up on what really happened to me that caused me to be distant. A month ago, we pretty much had hit the point where vulnerability isn't so foreign. She became open and honest that I had lots of anger and rage inside. I couldn't help but break down, not because she said it, but because it was the truth. The truth. I kept fighting, and most of all kept fighting myself. It had been years since I actually broke down in front of a girl, and so after so long of navigating through this minefield, I had cut the bullshit once and for all. I was holding one last card, my dark story. So many questions creeped up. Will she run away? How can she handle the truth? What happens if I tell? How is she or anyone supposed to understand? All of these questions were the wrong questions to ask. But I found one that made perfect sense. Do I trust myself to disclose it? I took a breath, and as much as it was tempting not to, this bond, this chemistry, this friendship relationship, I'm not putting it in jeopardy to save my ass. Not this time. It would be too long to share it, but I was basically afraid that if ever came a time I got reckless or careless, someone could get hurt or killed. So I kept everyone at arm's length for my own protection. I realized that it did more harm than good. After sharing that long story with her and 2 others, my energy was spent. 4 days passed until I get a response. She was extremely happy and grateful I was finally able to disclose it. The reactions I got from her and a few others was overwhelmingly positive. For the first time, I didn't feel shame or guilt. I felt love and support instead. Part of me died that day when I told her the truth, and a new part was being born, a rebirth. A heavy weight was being lifted. This weekend, I get to finally meet her and many others. There's something I'd like to give her as a way of saying thank you, a survival bracelet. I had one made while I was deployed 10 years ago. I plan to give it to her because now I won't be needing it anymore. I can't think of anyone who I could give it to, but she earned it. She earned a place for me here. We survived our ordeals, we survived its memories, and most of all, we've confronted and dispelled our demons. Part 2, April 5th, 2021. As my incredible, amazing weekend comes to an end, so much I've taken in with such stride, my anxious attachment style can get the better of me at times. But now I can pinpoint where my weaknesses are. A couple of the girls have said slow down and breathe and cut back the talking. Furthermore, it was how they said it, the tone, if you will. It came from a good place. So good that, in fact, I broke down at first. I felt like such an asshole because I denied them from telling me about themselves. It was an initial evaluation to see where my strengths and weaknesses were. But not one of them thought I was an asshole. I was hard on myself because I denied myself from knowing them. Hell-bent I was on fixing it. And I did. So few learned so much from me. I'm grateful for that. And to finally end this end-off, I did what I set out to in the first part of the story. I gave her my survival bracelet as a way of saying thank you. Her and I both broke down in tears together. I told her everything about my demons from the last 10 years. We've left special places in our hearts in the end. Here's to new beginnings. Tommy, it was so good to finally take that story in. I hope you're doing well, and I'm sending my support and my love. All right, next up is a poem. I hope I say your name right. I'm gonna try my best. Nakshatra? I can't roll my R's anymore. I used to be able to. Nakshatra. Nakshatra? Well, you know who you are. Okay. The new coronavirus pandemic was an unexpected new kick. We can either follow the required trick or else go outside to fall sick. Fortunately, there's a vaccine for this disease, which technically separates our families. But as our preventative efforts release, we can eliminate the virus with ease. Now everyone has to wear a mask when they go out for an essential task. Every time we go out or bask, be aware the police can ask. When we finish our work outside, we soap wash our hands, keeping all other works aside. Sanitize outside items, few rules to abide. So that coronavirus has no place to hide. We can stay at home and read books and learn how to be good cooks, while nature restores some old looks that were initially destroyed by the crooks. This is why coronavirus deserves many claps, but of course, even some slaps. Coronavirus has helped nature restore its maps and also maintain our little gaps. It is a widespread invisible gun that can easily kill our fun. Due to lockdown, nature's healing has just begun for a better place under the sun. I don't know why I was reading that and I started to cry. Oh, I'm still rhyming. Finishing off your poem. That was really cute. But also, why am I so emotional? I don't know. Okay, center, deep breaths, and we carry on. Okay, this one's from Solitary Mind. Solitary Mind number 16. I have something I want to confess, holding it close to my chest. See, at night I've been afraid to rest, 'cause I know tomorrow I have a test. If I fail again, I will be a bottom feeder, be amongst the rejects, another loser. I just want to be free from my chain. Sure, you can say it's all in my brain. I'm holding the key to my destination. Cliche words bring frustration. Infuriating to see myself in this state. I know that I'm the master of my fate. Yet how much more should I take? How much more should I put at stake before the odds are in my favor, or before I stand face to face with my maker? I'm sorry, I know you have a lot on your plate. I'm selfish. I knew opening up is a mistake. Let's do our best to forget the words I share. Let this moment disappear like the thin air. Solitary Mind number 17. Neither the best nor the worst choice, but I wasn't there first. Neither timid nor am I a savage. I'm neither above or below average. Do you want to see the pain I amass if I give a glimpse of my past? I wonder how long you would be able to last. Would you have the strength or be a part of the mass? As you can see, I don't live in a world of the living nor the dead. My residency is purgatory, in a constant state of limbo when you hear my story. I don't write for the praise or the glory, just simply exhaling what's in my respiratory. Solitary Mind number 18. Where do I stand in a world that's so cold? As the last ember flickering with aggression, is there a sense of social etiquette to uphold? If so, then I have failed due to my retrogression. The wall of skepticism reinforced by my cynicism. Perhaps it would be better to say I'm more aloof. Are people capable of showing authentic altruism? And for me to have faith in one without ocular proof. That, my friend, is the true intricate of human perplexity. Some will call my views as being a pessimistic. As for my view in this world, well, I stand to be adiophorous, merely a being sharing its thoughts. Therefore, I would classify myself as expressionistic. Despite it all, my life won't be filled with any rancorous. To carry such weight will plague my world into despair. One day this world and its abundance of riches will come for those who wish to bear. Yo, you used a lot of words. I'm gonna have to go back and Google. I hope I said them correctly. You sound like quite the intellect, and it was still relatable and deep and heavy. Thank you for your submission. Again, we have another one from Milo. I'm gonna call you Milo, I hope that's okay. It's called Shattered Heart. Shattered heart, I cannot put it into words, but when I see you, all my fears disappear. But there's one thing that won't go away and stay, like it's a brand new bestie. I can't let it fly so easily because I've been broken 1,000,000,000 times. I keep all the diamonds in the locker, and will give all if you guess the code. Remember that it's not the one they showed back in summer. Oh, I wish I could just hand over you the keys, but I can't take more pain while I'm on the hospital bed with all the drips straight to veins. When I look into your eyes, the wind whispers to put it all out. And then somebody shouts, "No! I've had enough, no more pain for the sake of your shattered heart." If you're smart, then hide it. Don't let anyone peek until they guess the code. While the heart blocks the road, and yes, remember that it's not the one they showed back in summer. I stay up late due to ache that kills me every second. I stare at the hospital door and wait till the trouble walks in and asks me to talk all again, and then watch as the flood rises in my blood. Oh, then again it shouts, "No, I've had enough. No more pain for the sake of your shattered heart." I can't put it into words, but when I see you, all my fears disappear. But there's one thing that won't go away and stay, like it's brand new bestie. I can't let it fly so easily because I've been broken 1,000,000,000 times. I keep all the diamonds in the locker, and will give all if you guess the code. Remember that it's not the one they showed back in summer. I feel like there are layers to that poem, and I'll have to listen to it and read it again to start to kind of sift through the layers. Can't believe you're 14. Keep doing what you're doing. You are gifted. This one is from T2 Classic. Russian roulette. Alone with my thoughts and my revolver, he calls himself the problem solver. Load your problems for a roulette. First one I've opened up my heart and watched how you tore it apart. You showed a demeanor that's quite clement. I couldn't see due to the fear of abandonment, so I stayed alone with my insecurities, crippling under the pressure of my anxieties. Love yourself right. Where's the passion? All of these are just words without the action. Without beauty lies just a beast, another monster, with everyone. I hid behind a mask, an imposter questioning if I have chosen the correct path, a life of salvation or condemned to my inner wrath. One bullet is all I need, and you'll soon forget. I feel like whoever has found their way to my channel, and then obviously me here making the things for this channel, I feel like we all feel, we're feelers. Is this like the highly sensitive people community? I'm cool with that. We feel so deeply. We go to dark places, but we also see beauty and appreciate when we get glimpses of light so much more because we know the darkness so deeply. So it's an honor to have you here. Thank you for that. Up next, this one is called Loneliness. It's a poem and it's by Antoine. Loneliness. I never had a problem with being alone. No fear, no hesitation. Truthfully, I'm on my own late at night. You creep in looking for a mate. Every inch of me you think is yours to take. Helpless in your presence, is this my fate? When it's all done, I carry a smile that I must fake. I can't tell the world or let anyone see me this way. Sympathy? I care not what you have to say. Please let's not pretend that you even did care. Your mouth spreads lies with your cold, dead stare. Damn. Felt that. Thank you, Antoine. And the last one I'm going to read is by Tristan Young. It says, hey Amanda, I really hope you're doing well. I have 2 songs I've recently written that I'd like to submit for a ramble. So we're gonna be reading songs, but I'm not gonna sing them because I don't know the melody. I'm gonna read them as if they were poems. So I hope that's okay. But I mean, what else am I gonna do, right? Okay. I'm already rambling and I haven't even gotten to his piece. I bet you can't even tell when I stopped reading Tristan and started speaking Amanda. Okay, focus. So he says, I have 2 songs I recently wrote that I'd like to submit for a ramble. I meant to send them a while ago, but I've been caught up with a lot. Sorry about that. Yeah, no worries. Me too. All of us. He says, I hope I can help keep this series alive. I had no idea that this would have been a ramble idea, as I was just in the moment at the time. Anyways, here is one of the new songs I wrote. It's called Prosthetic Spirit. If you can just look at me now, I will perform for you a great magic trick, but one not written in the books. It's been carved out and shaved down and flows gently through the sound. Written and removed, tested and approved, understanding it is harder than it looks. We each take the same old test with a slim chance of great success. We discard the lessons learned and leave the next page unturned just to feel another soul, hoping for a legal counterfeit, juxtapose another goal, says the little prosthetic spirit. I'll make you walk beside yourself and I will follow suit. Believing provides some relief to the blind and to the mute. I'll take an oath of silence. Must I undo what's been done? Done to you in the danger zone. Life sits between walk and run. A little light shines on the broken shadow. More creep underneath the door. Shadows are given new limbs as they grow scarier than before. The clouds are charged like a giant battery while we prepare to take flight and soar. In the direction of fate we bow and offer our prayers no more. Communicate to me any thoughts you've saved, thoughts on the trick I have shown you. Focus your attention on the blaze. I'll take an oath of latitude. We're bound to end up in a place with no name. We walk beside each other and we walk beside ourselves just the same. He says it's basically about pondering the idea of the ability to walk beside ourselves and observe our own behaviors as if from an outside perspective. If we're able to take a moment to observe what others see in us, would we seize the opportunity and try to better ourselves? Would we try to see the world in a new way? Would we be more considerate of others' feelings and slow down and appreciate others in return? It's a nudge to better ourselves for the sake of humanity while simultaneously releasing our own worth. Nope, not releasing, realizing our own worth. And being empathetic towards others because we know not where we are going. This was my exact thought for the last line. We're bound to end up in a place with no name. We walk beside each other and we walk beside ourselves just the same. Tying back into the title's meaning. I feel like the current global events inspired this song as well. Hope that wasn't too long. No, it was just right. I thank you so much for everything. I will always be here to support you and see you through every step of this journey. You've been there for me through a lot, and so I want to return the gesture. So much love to you and Peter Pancakes. Thanks to you. So I've just gone walking in the evening. I guess it's nighttime, but I love this time of year because I can still see the sky. Like, it's not pitch black, and it's 9:25 p.m. So Peter and I walked, and it wasn't raining. I guess it had just rained a little bit before, but all the flowers, you've already seen everything has these beautiful water droplets. I wanted to finish this off with a little update on me, just to say hi. I've been writing a lot. My phone has been restocked with poems and thoughts and journal entries. For those of you who have been following along on my journey or my adventures, I mentioned that I'm working on a movie. So for the past 2 months, maybe 3 now, I've been just journaling as much as I can, filming as much as I can. There were rehearsals and music videos shot and behind the scenes and breakdowns and tears and, the roller coaster of life. I've just kind of been documenting everything. But now I have so much that it is so daunting, and I think what I'm going to do is just keep going, and maybe one day I'll meet someone that can help me make a real movie. I don't know. But it's definitely not something that I can sit and tackle anytime soon, so I'm just going to keep adding to it. But I think I'm going to do some personal random readings again soon, share my thoughts and my words again. But yeah, I have a lot to tell you and to share, but I'll just let it come organically. If you've made it this far, also let me know about Nancy of Paradise Cottage. Wow, it's been so long, I'm not even sure if that's what the book is called, but if you know, you know. Do you want me to go back into that? I really struggle with the accents, and especially the male voices. Like, I cannot sound like a man. So I kind of I don't know, it kind of fizzled. But I have noticed a few comments asking for me to come back and get into it. And if you guys want it, I'm sure that would, spark a fire in me to get back to it. But for now, I'm just going to flow and just, do what feels good and real and honest and organic for me, because that's all I can do. And I think that you feel it most when it's like that. So nothing forced ever. Lots of music on the way, and yeah, it's good to be back. I don't know if I'm back, but it's nice to be able to just talk and know that for some of you just listening, how was I going to say that? For some of you listening to me just talk, you find it, you know what I'm trying to say? You find it soothing, you enjoy it, it brings you comfort, and it brings me comfort, so that's what's up. And yeah, so that's my ramble. Thank you all for your submissions, and you can continue to submit. I just can't promise when I'll do another one of these. It's been a joy. I will talk to you soon. Love you guys so much. Take care of yourselves. Give yourselves the time and the... Just give yourself the time. I've been in these like little war zones. Okay, I'm not done, clearly. I was about to say bye, but here we go again. I've been in and out of these like battlefields with work and, you know, making my dreams come true. And when you're in it, it truly feels like an eternity. Like it just feels like you're never gonna come back up for air, but then you do. So just keep holding on. Okay, that's all. I'll see you later. Thanks for listening.